Yes, hello. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Jovan. Yeah, so today we're going to look at the argument many people are debating against, and that is, can machines truly think? Now, the AI in the gaming debate, it's what I'm truly today going to explore. So now let's explore the nature of intelligence and its relation in video games. Yes, my name is Jovan Sebu, as said before, and I am a student of software engineering, and I'm taking my course at Makerere University. Ah, let's start with the agenda. Now, in the agenda, we're going to define intelligence. Secondly, we shall look at how AI is in video gaming. Thirdly, we shall look at the philosophical theories and gaming artificial intelligence. Fourthly, we're going to look at the multiple intelligences in AI. And lastly, we're going to conclude our discussion. Thank you. Let's get started. What is intelligence? Many people really have a different perspective of what intelligence is. But a scholar, Sternberg, who in 1985 defined intelligence as the cognitive ability to solve problems, reasoning, and adapt. Actually, it's the cognitive ability for problem solving, reasoning, and ability to adapt to what has been done. For example, if at all I've learned something, am I able to apply it elsewhere when a certain problem arises? Yeah, so that is the scholar definition of intelligence as many have it in different contexts. Now let's look at the AI context of it. Now, artificial intelligence is subdivided basically into two types, and that is the strong and the weak. Here, the strong is a bit rare because under the strong, basically, it looks at how machines are able to reason like we humans do. Now, it's the hypothetical human level intelligence across all different domains. Currently, it does not exist since there is no machine that can have emotions that we humans do have them. Yeah, uh, when we look at the other big part of it, the weak AI, this is the most common, and that is basically it has been applied in various sectors, such as the transport sector, in the car vehicles, in the gamings. It's applied in the non-player characters or the NPCs. So this weak AI basically, machines do things without generally understanding what they are doing. Let's move on to the next one. That is AI in video gaming. So, yeah, video game AI primarily falls under the weak AI category, operating on pre-programmed patterns and rules rather than genuine rules. Yeah, a guy called Ted Lasso in 2018 was able to come up with a machine. For example, let me look at a chess game. Machines, for it to be able to play such a game and win over you, it has been already pre-programmed. There are certain patterns, there are certain probabilities that have been impacted into it for it to be able to think faster, to calculate faster, thinking faster. I thought that was necessarily they are not thinking. Actually, they are applying what has data sets that have already been impacted or inserted into them. Let's look at the early games in example to the early games scripted reactions. For example, games like Leisure Suit Larry, the Pac-Man, these featured NPCs with tightly bound deterministic behaviors. Actions were direct responses, scripted conditions, creating an illusion of intelligence. We look at Larry. Larry is a game that, that whereby the machine, when you start playing this game, when the machine is the first to play, uh, and it's given the opportunity to play, it will automatically win. Unlike when a human plays, because this game, it's over when the last pencil or when the last pencil has been picked. This game is just made up of basically 10 pesos, and it's about picking the choice of pesos. So you pick in either 2, 3, but not less than 3. Either 1, 2, 3, or but not less than 3. So here machines find it hard if at all I was the first to play and I pick the right prompt. Immediately the machine will lose. It's also applied in modern gaming advanced algorithms. Now, titles such as Power, Call of Duty, they have knowledge in decision trees and probabilistic systems. This allows for more human-like adaptive behavior, yet the AI still mimics intelligence without truly understanding or having consciousness. Let's look at the philosophical stages to give. Yeah, these are bit more. Let's look at the first one. That's the Turing test that was adopted, or that was brought up by a mathematician or computer science named Alan Turing. AI appears intelligent if a player cannot distinguish from a human. That will demonstrate imitation, not necessarily genuine thought. So, if a person is not able to identify whether that machine is a human, automatically that machine appears to be intelligent. Now, in the Chinese room, here we are looking at the genuine understanding. Is the machine really understanding what it's doing? Which was demonstrated in the NPCs in NBA, can manipulate symbols without awareness of gaming meanings or objectives. So these machines really play things without really understanding what they are doing. Now, for the simulation, under the simulation, basically games are already simulated. So yeah, basically, we are able to understand that, in other words, a machine, a machine is already made out of certain patterns since they are already simulated. Other, we look at the limits of formalization. NPCs in games like Skyrim or The Witcher cannot innovate or improvise beyond their own. Unlike we human beings, we can think faster, we can motivate, we can be motivated, we can be innovative. Unlike the machines, they lack innovation. The problem, basically here we're looking at the applicability. Can machines really apply what they are doing? Having it learn something, can it apply it? So really under the front problem, machines fail to have such an intelligence. They cannot apply what they have done in different sectors. Now, when we look at the superhuman intelligence, we are looking at the ability of machines to think more than humans. AI can exhibit superhuman speed and precision, deep blue chess program. However, this is brute force calculation. Brute force was brought up by a guy called Brute, and he was able to come up with the calculation of abilities for machines to think. For example, in chess, they are able to get that data faster and analyze it and solve problems. Yeah, generally that's it. Now, when we go on to the Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences, flying Gardner's in 1983 from themselves first of all, let's look at the logical mathematical intelligence. The logical mathematical intelligence, we are looking at whether machines can calculate, which is true. Example, in chess, they really make calculations faster than we even can. Under the bodily intelligence, we are looking at motion in machines. This is most found in PC games. Machines can really move, do actions, what. Now, the interpersonal intelligence, here we are looking at how machines can we have emotions and this really lacks in machines. Under the music, of course, we all know musical intelligence machines, they really lack intelligence to come up with rhythms. Under the spatial intelligence, here we basically look at in motion, how machines can NPCs move. For example, in Call of Duty, when you find characters, they can move. You find it here, you find it there. So such an intelligence is available in machines. Now, linguistic intelligence, of course, this is rare. A machine cannot verbally or it cannot naturally communicate or come up with a conversation like a human being can. Now, the interpersonal intelligence, this really lacks the interpersonal intelligence. It really lacks among machines. They really lack intrapersonal intelligence, unlike how we humans, we are able to be aware of who we are. Yeah. Now, in conclusion, therefore brings us to a conclusion whether machines really think. Gaming AI systems simulate intelligence through rules, algorithms, programming systems, they lack understanding and creativity. Now, what I've learned from this is that gaming AI operates in program limits. They are limited because they have just have illusion of processing. They are naturally, they naturally don't have and philosophical arguments like choices and reinforce that imitation is not an yeah. And of course, as we go on, AI excels in specific quantifiable factors such as mathematical, spatial, but struggles with human-centered intelligence, like in linguistics, they really struggle with relating with others, having emotions, for example, conversations. Yeah, basically, the conclusion, machines really lack thinking. Lastly, but not least, the potential for a machine to truly think is closing the gaps in our understanding of and cognitive and neural networks. When we look at neuroscience, we are basically the brain, connecting the machines to the brain, learning how the brain can be connected to the machines, that they are able to have that consciousness. Now, let's bridge the gap. Now, understand how the human brain works at biological level is crucial for machines to be able to think like us. Now, investing in cognitive architectures and neural networks would also simulate human-like reasoning and problem solving, enabling machines to think like we humans do. Now, this could really lead to applications beyond gaming, such as creating tools to assist individuals with speech disorders through interactive games. Since games now have the consciousness, they now have the linguistics, they are now able to help people come up with, help people speech disorders. Now, the roadmap to strong AI, today's AI really relies on algorithms and probabilities. Future AI needs to handle numerous data patterns and mimic the biological neurons responsible for complex thoughts. Yeah. Now, true strong AI will not only simulate combat strategies, but also be capable of reflection. See here, if at all AI is able to have the interpersonal, to have the cognitive activities, the neuroscience impacted in it. These machines will really be strong and will be capable of reflection, empathy, and genuine consciousness. Now, the ultimate challenge remains in coding consciousness, a frontier that currently limits machines from. Yeah, now this last point really shows us that we as humans need to be able to come up with a way to code consciousness, to code consciousness. Really, that is the only limited, that's the basic limitation. That's as to why machines haven't been able to go with the capability of thinking as we humans do. Only if we code our consciousness, then machines will be able to think. Thank you. Below are the references. I remain Jovan. Thank you. Shalom.